Hey everybody, it's me, Dr. Q, and I just came back from the Veg Fest and somebody was asking me about feeding a bearded dragon a plant-based diet. Well, here's our bearded dragon that eats a plant-based diet. His name is Treasure. And so I'd like to tell you the story about how we ended up with him. So about 10 years ago, I went to a local animal shelter and of all things saw a bearded dragon that was up for adoption. At that time, I really didn't know very much about them or what they ate and things like that. So I wanted to go home and make sure I understood that they could live on a plant-based diet and not have crickets every day. And I found out that they can. The difference is that bearded dragons really need more protein when they're younger animals. But the healthier ones that I see as adults are eating primarily salads. He eats salad, lettuce with shredded carrots. He loves baby tomatoes, sliced up, a few blueberries here and there. But we also feed him pretty much everything that we eat. So if I make rice and bean dishes, I'll offer him those kinds of things, a little tofu to see if he wants any of that. And then also one of his most favorite things of all is I get the garbanzo bean spaghetti, so that really high protein spaghetti. And then we twirl it all around and try to get him to chase it. And sometimes he really will. And so that's how he gets his exercise. We take him outside. Hopefully you can see how cute he is right there as he is following this flower around. And that's how we exercise him. So no, he's not running around chasing crickets, but he's certainly, we spend a lot of time with him, taking him outside so that he can get dandelions and whatever flowers that he wants on his own. Ooh, he's going to come over here and get it. And then it allows us to be able to not feed him crickets. So animals that don't eat crickets are going to be a little bit more petite, possibly, than their beefier cricket-eating counterparts. But I'll also tell you that in my veterinary practice here, I see the big, beefy bearded dragons often are overweight and just not as healthy as the ones that are a little bit more petite and healthy, like Treasure here, who is going on 9-10 years old at this point. And again, he has not had a single cricket in all the years that we have had him. And clearly he's not wasting away or anything like that. He's healthy. He is happy. He is very well loved. I actually shower with him 3 or 4 times a week so that he soaks. And then that also allows him to poop in the shower, makes it very much more sanitary and all those kinds of things as far as that goes. And it's great for them. They do need to get wet and soak. And they don't want to soak in a pan of cold water that's been sitting there. They like that hot shower water just like you and I do. And then there are other things that are important for their husbandry as far as the UVB lighting, their heat lamps, of course, they need to stay warm. There's certain distances that those things need to be away from his body. And also I like the clay heat lamps because they allow him to have darkness at night so he can sleep. And the other thing that I do for him is I use a calcium sand, a little bit more expensive calcium sand, but that way I don't have to worry about calcium supplements. Never had to do that with him. And again, he is healthy and doing great. And also I really don't have any impaction worries with it, with that specific kind of calcium sand. And he has a nice substrate that's more natural that he gets to dig around in and all that. I do have other videos on what their habitat should look like. But in the meantime, as you can see, he loves eating flowers. And so we take him outside so he can pick his own. We pick them for him and bring him in. And that's how we keep him exercised and healthy. So he may not be a gigantic bearded dragon, but he is certainly a healthy bearded dragon, and he is a very loved bearded dragon. So if you have questions about taking care of your bearded dragon and whether or not they can have a plant-based diet, and yes, he's here at the hospital today for a little bit of a nail trim, but otherwise, please leave your questions and comments down below and feel comfortable and confident that you don't have to feed your bearded dragon crickets in order for them to live a long and healthy life. And on that note, I'm Dr. Q, here to help you and all of the animals in your life have the most amazing relationship and live long, healthy, and happy. Thanks for tuning in, and please subscribe, and we'll see you right here in the next video.